How do you keep people's energy levels up when it's still a couple of months until summer holidays? That's a very typical question I receive from leaders at this time of the year when they are navigating, still delivering objectives and goals, but also recognizing that the energy levels of their team start to drop down. And to help that, I bring out the Katy Perry earworm type of a song, Firework. So let's start. First one, you need to understand what it is feeling like a plastic bag. And it's not quiet quitting. And it's not kind of resentment, or perhaps it is. Your job as a leader is to understand where does that come from. But it may well be a collapse response. See, we have as a stress response, we have the fight, flight, freeze. Then we have a fawn, and then we have the faint. And that's the collapse, when the body starts to say, I cannot do more. And that is where leaders need to be very clear to spot it early. Now, of course, if you as a leader are in the same boat and you feel like a plastic bag, then you are not in a position to support others, because you are the one who needs to first ignite the spark in you, and you need your leader's help. So what can you do as a leader? Stop the urgency. And start reading the signals. Start reading the room like you read your milestone plan, and see who is on today, who's switched on and who is switched off. And then create the safety, not surveillance. If somebody starts to be off sick or kind of zones out, don't call them out, but invite them in, and preferably in a one-on-one where you seek to understand, hey, how are you? How is it going? Not with the milestones, but you as a person. Let's look at the next one. And this happens also with high performers. When everybody starts to run on stress and the responses start to be perhaps a bit edgy, teams, and including high performers, start to quiet down if they feel that, you know what, sharing an idea, giving feedback is risky. And they buried 6 feet deep. Sometimes they might give a little tiny voice, but if you are busy with your milestone and urgency, you won't hear. So you need to really think, how do we make still the speaking up safe, and that people feel that their voices are heard, not only those who deliver or those who are the loudest, but you create an inclusive environment where everybody pitches in and feels that, you know what, it's safe, and maybe my view is not exactly what everybody thinks of, or totally the opposite, but it belongs here too. Because, you know, some leaders, when they come into the room goes quiet and the room shrinks. And some leaders, when they come into the room expands, the room breathes, and the energy spikes. Be one of those leaders. So what you want to do as a leader is really send the signal that dissent or sharing a different view is trust, not a threat. Let differences, not conformity, lead. If they are already feeling a bit like a plastic bag and they need to put their ideas in that plastic bag and bury that deep, well, they are not going to get any energy up until the summer holidays. So be the reason why they will speak up instead. Let's look at number 3. Ignite the light and let it shine, as she says. Nothing flows from fear. So how do you create a regulated brain who feels not like a plastic bag, so you've spotted it, who feels there's a voice, I don't need to bury it deep, and who feels that, you know what, now I'm ready to still create. Maybe there's still some great ideas that will surface, and you can't rush it. You can't rush creativity. Creativity is born in an environment, not within a time. Let me say that again. Creativity is born in an environment, not in a given time. So you might have the worst environment and you give them 2 weeks time and there's no single idea that will surface out of that team just because the environment is not safe. So create the environment that encourages and creates that safe to your team to spark an idea or share an idea. And it might feel really counterintuitive, but slow down. Don't push forward. Creativity needs presence and time to breathe. not pressure. So stabilize the presence and choose carefully if you really need to chase after productivity or if that anyhow will come. Chances are, if you don't do this energy work and slow down, your productivity will crash anyhow. Then number 4, because baby, you're a firework. We are not born with our identity. It's built by unblocking it and unlocking it, expanding, exploring. And often it needs a leader who sees it first. And your team just needs somebody who sees the potential in them before they do and calls it out, especially when their energy is down. Let it be you. Be the reason they feel believed in. What you want to do is mirror back potential before the results. This kind of an old style, you have to earn my trust and I don't believe it until I see it. It does not work anymore. You need to be like Serena Williams's coach. Believe in the identity first and what it can do. And it will. And here comes the last one, the 5th one. Show them what you're worth. I've worked with a lot of people in my 20 years in HR, and so many leaders still, after many years, even decades of experience, struggle to see their worth. So do not assume everybody knows what they are worth. And understand that in order to thrive, teams need more than just to feel useful. See, they already have the spark for the fireworks. They just need a leader who knows how to ignite it. And that is how you actually help change the last couple of months before summer holidays, by seeing the human before the actual results. You ask for their voice, for their ideas. You create that safety where they feel that you want to lean in and make it about them and you believe in them. And you mirror their strengths, not the results. And I understand that if you as a leader feel exhausted, these 5 steps will be super hard. In your mind will be like 20,000 lines of milestones to be done by end of June. So first, regulate yourself. And that is where these 5 steps come into play. Reach out to a peer and go these through with them. I know that not every leader benefits from the support that they give to their teams. This is perhaps a frame for you that might be helpful to think through how you can help your team still feel like a firework before going on holidays. Nobody wants to go on holidays feeling like a plastic bag. Neither do you, and neither does your team. I hope this one helped you, and think about who was the leader in your career who lit your fire and saw the spark and created the environment for it to turn into fireworks. Share with me in the comments your story, or share this with a friend who needs to hear it today, or join me every Friday for a Level Up Live where I tackle a leadership topic in 30 minutes. You can sign up for the lives below. Thanks for watching.